Good afternoon, everybody. Wendy Bill here. We're visiting the town of Rhyolite today. Got a lot of tourists around, so I'm going to be a little on the quiet side. Probably not talking much while I'm shooting. But first, we're going to go visit the bottle house after I pass the information.
Ja. Maar het feit dat dit al sinds 1906 staat.
Dan kunnen we inschrijven of het dus inderdaad dezelfde flessen zijn.
Ja, het blijft dus in de te warm.
Ja, leuk hè?
Hello.
Hallo. Hi.
Hello.
Hallo.
You know, if you look at the bottle house, you notice most of the bottles are the green wine bottles. But then you see the purple. Deep purple was built in the early 1900s, were formed back then, because they used a chemical in the glass for the processing. And you see some that are lighter. They cut the chemical down a lot. They didn't need quite as much. And then they stopped using it altogether because they thought the idea of it turning purple was not good. They let this place really deteriorate. But this is the bottle house in Rhyolite. Milk jar, that one you see there, that would be Palmolive face cream. The baby's bed, child's bed with a old quilt on it, handmade. A lot of interesting stuff. As we stop by each building, we'll go ahead and pause, make some video of it, try to explain what they were, or videotape the sign. You can pause your video and read them. Still pretty intact. I'm going to walk up here. Now, as I said, this was a union hall, pretty good size. One sign says school. This was the old schoolhouse for the town. Rhyolite School.
How was the school? Was that part of the school? Or was that something else?
HD and LD Porter, 1906. Big storefront building. It had a basement. Now those metal plates you see, they were added later in the years to keep people from walking into it. But that would have been covered with a floor of glass blocks, like a brick, but made out of glass, in order to let the sunlight in, because they could have light. Old piece of pipeline. And there's some more building runs here. One building there. Second building here. Wow. We look real careful on the mountain behind us. This building is a water tank. Now it's hard to believe, in 1906 they had plumbed running water, they had electricity, they had street lights. Now Rhyolite would have had probably at least, for the size, 2 newspapers, maybe more. It had 2 different railroads. Tonopah Tidewater came in from this side. Then over in those hills there, the Las Vegas Tonopah Railroad came in that way. And we'll be going up to visit the Las Vegas Tonopah station here in a few minutes. Our next building is going to be the Cook Bank. 3 stories. It is said when you read up on any of these buildings, have beautiful marble imported from Italy, mahogany wood trim throughout, wood floors. These towns didn't spare any expense on building. And part of the reason is they was trying to impress the miners that they were actually going to be a big city. And this was going to be a boom town with all the gold and silver. But this would become one very large boom town. Well, it did for a bit. Problem being is when all the gold and silver started getting thinner, the heavy rich veins were no longer there. A lot of the miners just packed up and moved on. Now, just for reference, if you look at this building, 3 stories tall, if you see photos of it, you'll see there's some wrought iron grating in front of those windows. Well, there was a false floor put in the 50s, and that grating was attached to the building just for a movie. And of course, when they were finished, they left it. Playboy did a photo shoot here in the 70s. Anna Nicole Smith. And after they were done, another company came in and did another movie, and one of the requirements is they had to restore the bank back to its original condition. So they removed and patched up the wrought iron holes where the wrought iron used to be. But it just goes to show you, be careful where you put your money. A lot of buildings here left. One thing you will notice, you do not see any wooden buildings. And that's because when a town died, wooden buildings are very easy to pick up and move. And that's what would happen. Off to the next town, the buildings would be hauled. And the ones that didn't get hauled away would be tore down and use the material to build new buildings. It's a very beautiful area. A lot of our French and European visitors not really that aware of rattlesnakes out here in the desert. They do exist. And the problem is you see probably 1 out of every 10 that see you. Okay, now we are at the railroad station for the Las Vegas to Tonopah Railroad. This was the crown jewel of the town. Not 3 stories, but artwork and intricate workings, very, very nice. We'll walk around here in a second. LA and SL, that was the Los Angeles to Salt Lake City Railroad. That's where the current Union Pacific Railroad rides now. You can tell they was trying to impress people. An old railroad signal. Probably was a signal for approaching the station. The owner, this is privately owned still. The owner of this building has a lot of problems with vandalism. People breaking into the buildings. Now it looks like maybe the Park Service has started opening it up during the daytime hours. It's a beautiful old building. For anybody who's worked with old buildings, look at the electrical. Knob and tube wiring. Go downstairs. One time it had beautiful tile work around the windows and on the front wall there. Not sure what this was. It's made out of cement and fire brick. There's the old power line pole coming into it. I've been visiting this town and this building since I was a young kid. Probably as far back as when I was a baby. When I look back, my father would come here. And he always knew, in every one of these towns, he always knew the people who lived here. And he was friends with them. And a lot of times, he would bring some beer, canned goods. If he knew they had a dog, which most all of them had one or two, he would always get a bone and bring that. A good dog bone. That's how he made friends with all these people. You know, showing his gratitude. You never take nothing for granted. You always return favors. You never tear up or vandalize stuff. So you can see this was a hand-operated signal. Red and green would have a large arrow going off that way. The counterweight. If you notice, the lights are reversed. That way, trains coming the other direction would know there was a train in the siding. We walked all the way around it. Now somebody still lives up there. That's their home. They probably have owned it since...
Isn't that the senator's old home?
I think that's the senator's old house.
Because it kind of looks like it fits the building profile.
Yeah.
Got the parts.
And it's probably been passed down and sold through families year after year and taken care of. Okay, we're going to go down to some other buildings here in a few minutes. You know, a lot of mining going down here. Unusual home. A wooden building still left standing. If you look close, look at the style of the way the walls were built. The wide boards were stacked horizontally up the wall. Wood buildings go this way throughout years. Tons of mines. By the way, they still bring gold out of that mountain right there in front of us. Okay, we're at a miner's cabin. Made out of rock with adobe, poor man's concrete. And a metal roof. Well, whatever it was, it's still in very good shape. See, BLM's got their little spy trail cameras. Rhyolite gel. Missing some structural stuff, like a wall and a roof. But they didn't get the door. Been welded shut. Formed with wood, and then concrete poured. The very top has some decorative blocks. Now, I lived in the Lucerne Valley as a kid, growing up about 13, and our house we lived in was made out of those same bricks. Some big old mine of concrete pillars and equipment over there. So it was a jail. Had good bars. And good solid metal doors. Rhyolite gel.